Body and welcome back to the Beyond the Summit of Time for Mortal Kombat 11. My name is Ketchup, joined by Mustard and Wonder Chef on the desk. And before we get into our next set of matches, a nice little chance to shout out the sponsors. Shout outs to Monster Energy for providing us with that good sugar throughout the day so we can keep this show on the road. And also shout outs to Sennheiser, the official audio partner for Beyond the Summit in general. So thank you very, very much. We have the rest of the tournament to get underway, and I just had to know that Mr. Aquaman was behind me, that he was going to do something. I
could sense it, dude. I could sense his presence. You
didn't even have to look at you, bro.
How are you enjoying your Monster Energy, Mr. Aquaman?
No.
Fantastic.
More than we know.
So Hayatei versus HappyPow.
Oh yeah. So like I was saying, they can talk shit in French in this match, right?
Oh, they can!
They
actually can. What a call out. Yeah, so HappyPow, I think, is going into this a bit of a results-wise, I suppose, disadvantage. But HappyPow, he spent so much time early in the day as a player in general, mostly through MKX, not being able to really hold his nerve. He was always known as like an execution guy, right? Like his ancestral Kung Jin and especially his nimble reptile. I'll always think that he ended MKX having the strongest nimble. The problem is in tournament, early on, he would have all these crazy combos and play well in casuals, and when the tournament was live, he'd drop every single one of them. So as time has progressed, his execution has started to tighten up a lot. And now Jacqui is such a wonderful pick for him because he has spent so long getting good at doing combos at a high level that now he's got the perfect character for it, I think.
I also feel like a huge part of it comes down to like regular exposure to high-level competition and events, right? HappyPow has, over the last couple of years, especially through the later years of Injustice 2, oh my goodness.
They both kind of look like bananas.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think I'm ever going to get used to that. But he spent a lot of the later year of Injustice 2 traveling a lot, going around to lots of events, different time zones, different experiences, and of course, different kinds of players in competition. And I feel like the more you do play against that, the more used to it you become, and the less it starts to affect you. And I feel like he definitely crossed that, I suppose, that doorway into being more comfortable on this higher stakes, much higher scale event that he's used to. And on the flip side, Hayatei has been doing this for years and looks, honestly, maybe the cleanest Erron.
They wish each other good luck in French.
They did say that, right? They did say that, yeah, of course. I was like, I don't want to say anything in case I'm wrong.
But Erron Black versus Jacqui Briggs. This is a matchup of Erron Black, who wants to keep her at, just that sort of sweet distance, and HappyPow, who just wants to be up close and personal all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be this.
What?
Wow, that's really funny. So Zach Robb, who you guys might know is like the security guard, quote unquote, that you keep seeing up in the room. He's actually the admin. He was coming up to me right before this, and he said, "Why isn't anybody flawless blocking anything?" We saw it a lot earlier on in the weekend, but like today, nothing.
I think it's confidence. I think it's like
so.
this is easily the highest stakes that any of these players have played MK11 in so far. And even though flawless blocking is obviously second nature to a lot of the players already, doing it in this kind of environment, like it's still a new mechanic to a lot of the community.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, even for instance, like when we saw like Dragon seemed 100% at like flawless blocking or like confidence, flawless blocking stuff like Erron forward 4, and now we see just nobody else even trying it. Just getting kind of run over by it, which is exactly what's happening right now. Oh no,
The cleanest of jump-ins, and now HappyPow. Even if he loses this round, which he might do now, he's put himself minus his last breath territory. And there it is. I respect the down 3. The benefit is that he's been able to get rid of all of the defensive meter, Hayatei. So if he can clip him now, he's going to get big damage. But I doubt Hayatei's going to make it easy. His defense has always been historically so strong.
Yeah, and right now he keeps getting caught in this range where it's so difficult to choose whether to move back or move forward. Now, we've seen that HappyPow has been choosing to move back. He's trying to make the forward 4 whiff, which you have to be really far away for. But if he moves forward, then he's kind of just asking to get kicked in the face.
I love Hayatei's decision to play through the screen though as well. Normally you're not really too used to seeing Erron play the distance, but Jacqui doesn't have access to that projectile, so if he can send her away, throws out the acid, rifle stance becomes a good zoning tool, and the built-in strings with the gunshots. It's working well with no Hayatei now, so he can go for the mix-ups again, but HappyPow, and just to get that mid in, sneaks it in. That's a breakaway. There's a good opportunity for HappyPow. He can open him up now. There's a throw. No tech from Hayatei either. He's just content on holding this.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're seeing him finally start checking the throws. I think that's one thing that HappyPow doesn't do very early on, is see how often people actually tech the throws, especially with the fact that her back throw is so good, because her all that OK puts you in the exact same situation. Once you start it, people really start watching for it, and then you can open them up other ways. Nice, gets over her.
Oh no! He released blocker just the wrong time. He checked the wake-up roll, didn't believe in the follow-up, so only got one single hit. It wasn't going to be enough. And unfortunately, after that, that fatal blow is going to be bang on the money. It's going to be a 1-0 for Hayatei, and HappyPow automatically in a little bit of trouble.
That's it's so tough to deal with that Fatal Blow. I mean, even if you're just sitting there at that range that HappyPow was at, if he just uses Fatal Blow and you're not blocking, you can't react to it and block it. It's like 10 frames. It's like faster than you can possibly do that.
Yeah, of course. But that's one of the, again, the huge strength that people say Erron Black has, right? Is that access to that kind of Fatal Blow. But at the same time, you cannot literally just throw it out and hope for the best. Like, you can try, but it's not going to have a great success rate at this level of competition. But then someone like Hayatei, you know, we've seen him be very reserved with the Fatal Blow. He's kind of been holding on to it to keep the threat. But then, in that kind of range, he will just let it rock. And the situation took a game 1.
HappyPow gets, for the first time in a long time, a really clean opening at the start of the round and just drops the combo. This is the side of HappyPow that can be quite worrisome, is that he gets an opening and just doesn't have the execution, right? Like I mentioned how he's found a perfect character that you can combo with. In tournament, he's still known to drop more often than I think he's comfortable with.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, too, because you see him play other places, or even in some of the matches that are a little bit less, I guess you could say, like, pressured matches than these ones. You know, the ones that matter a little bit less. And his execution's amazing. Even at the LCQ, we saw him very, very good as far as combos go, but then sometimes he just dropped, like, the simplest things.
I'll never forget Injustice 2 HappyPow, actually, where the rounds where he had flawless flash execution, he would just delete health bars. But if you dropped everything, it's like he just wasn't doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, what?
Wow.
That was such an answer from HappyPow. It's the standing one, and again, this is the HappyPow that we're used to seeing, right? The really hard reads and get the drop combo, though. As I'm out to give him props.
I mean, he's still got a lot, but yeah, that was incredible. And he was obviously intentionally doing that. He was super ready for the 4-3-1 conversion afterwards.
Oh my god. He's going to do, I assume, a wake-up attack, but crusty business or not, he's going to be a great situation. He's now got Hayatei back to the wall, and yeah, Hayatei is just expecting staggers. I completely understand the disrespect at the end there. Just try and get out of the corner, try and reposition. If we're going to lose the round, let's just try and jump or something.
Well, Hayatei went from having literally 0 resources whatsoever in the end to full of both, so they lost the round. He's now back into their situation, but there's the anti-air. This is the kind of control HappyPow needs to enforce. Jacqui, she does have those anti-air options, the fast recovery. But just like that, it's going to be a back throw. Hayatei managing to literally walk his way out. The distance covered on that back throw is actually crazy. Oh,
tried a whiff punish, but I assume maybe he actually caught the wrong button press there.
Can we see a full combo now? All right, good.
Fling him! Yes!
All right, now does that put him now at crushing blow territory? I believe it does. I think he did the knee, but maybe not. He's been dropping the enders, and honestly, dropping the enders with Jacqui is so incredibly bad because you lose the ability to crushing blow later.
Oh.
I think
he tried to get something else.
That little micro crouch might have been a down one that didn't come out. Getting the bar out of Hayatei. Don't count him out. Erron Black's got Fatal Blow.
Oh, not anymore! Hit. No breakaway either. They should be death. Yeah, there's no way. No way he's going to mess that up. That is the B&B, and he did have it right there.
I guess so. Now, check this. HappyPow didn't drop all his combos. Look what happened.
Yeah, in that last round in particular, right? I mean, he even kept going after the round was over. But that, I mean, it's so important. I mean, like I was saying too, if he hadn't dropped those combos earlier, he would have potentially won one combo even earlier in this final round because he would have had the clinch one crushing blow available, so he would have been able to relaunch and then et cetera, and infinite damage like Jacqui tends to do.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know how fussed HappyPow's going to be about that. You know, the important thing is he did stop the bleeding.
Oh my god!
Managed to get the game back and get that max range punch for the crushing blow. And okay. HappyPow, he is feeling the environment.
Yeah, this HappyPow and Game 1 HappyPow are entirely different POWs.
However, there's going to be a hit confirmed from Hayatei. Breakaway was used late because he wants the punish. There's the knowledge. Use it late. Take the damage now. Get the punish later. And now he's going to contribute towards the clinch crushing blow as well.
Oh, the roll. That's going to get him clean out. That was the last of his defensive bar, but well spent as it's going to not only reverse the corner, but now he's in the driver's seat. This is what he needs. But the thing is, if he gets tagged by one hit from HappyPow, it's probably still going to be it. Oh, no, escape failed. No, maybe? No, not quite.
No, so close, but
he was 1% off.
Yeah, there was no defensive bar. He jailed him into that dash punch.
He was literally like a fraction of a second away from getting it.
Yeah, I know.
So close.
It was so close. But that last round was such a beautiful example of how good the defensive options in this game are. We saw the roll to punish something on wake up, and we saw the late breakaway to punish something mid combo.
Now, we saw in the first game that HappyPow tried to go for the dash punch in the down 2. We know that Hayatei's enforcing the mid afterwards, so that down 2 crushing blow bait will not work against Erron Black, I don't think. how much distance he's going to cover with that. The amount of distance he covers with the back throw, it's like a guaranteed corner escape. One of the best. Is that one of the best back throws we think?
It depends on what you're wanting to do a back throw for, right? If he's got the acid in, the synergy is like automatic. 17% for that, even though he was barely in the acid. Ooh, he tried to down one. Oh, and there it is again. I actually think Hayatei's use of the back two with Erron Black is probably some of the strongest we've seen out of Erron Black so far. He's doing it preemptively, doing it to whiff punish, doing it on anticipation of someone moving in. Like, he has such just a complete awareness as to when to use it.
Well, you know, he's got that Ronin Takeda experience, and instead of swinging the sword, he's just swinging the gun.
Yeah, for sure. It's a bit shorter than he's used to, but it'll do. This one's got bullets.
I mean, with how good back two is...
Flawless block on the bullets, by the way? What? Oh, wake up 3s and I completely crushed that. Delayed wake up. Hayatei giving himself a little bit of time to buy. Here comes the counters. Hayatei being so respectful on defense. HappyPow now using it against him here. All down 4. Woo!
Oh no, don't get hit by another one.
Well, there we go. Down 4 state. Doesn't worry about it anymore. Yep. What a weird scenario that is. Oh, now it is again. Oh, throw! I love that decision. Second you get hit by the drop kick, you know the crushing blow's a threat. Oh, just wake up jump. No confirm though.
Oh,
drops it again. That's 2 huge opportunities.
Oh my god! Counterpoint fatal blow!
Honestly, I think that was...
Is he dead?
That wasn't all enough. No, he's definitely not dead. Surely not.
I think this one might depend on the hits. Oh no. Yeah, I think if they did heads hit fully, it would have been... Oh no! The mix-up! Oh, he did it!
Oh my god!
Oh, look at the
Oh no!
Oh my
god, what an answer, dude.
Okay.
So we were just talking about how Erron Black, you can't just throw out the fatal blow. That's exactly why.
Okay, so I need to like look back at that, but I want to know, was that a delayed wake up from HappyPow? Because that fatal blow came out way before he was knocked down.
I think it was a delayed wake up. I think Hayatei's plan was to have him block the fatal blow while sitting in the acid.
Yes, absolutely.
That was a big brain idea, but HappyPow again just the delayed wake up. That was it.
Dude, guys, that standing one into the pickup off that drop kick is so, and that's the second time HappyPow's done that.
Her standing one hitbox is gigantic. I mean, as an anti-air is the way we usually see it, but also against the dropkick, it's a beautiful, beautiful option. And look at this, HappyPow just took the momentum. He's running away with this.
HappyPow jumping himself into the corner, but at this health, maybe he doesn't care.
I actually don't think he cares, because if he gets a hit there, he's just going to try and get the suplex, right? He needs to go for the suplex option, and he doesn't want to do it with the corner position.
Right. I mean, not only, even aside from throwing out the corner, you never get Oki from the suplex unless you're right in the corner. So you're losing a lot.
Here we are, HappyPow all the way from France on the verge of a match point here, eliminating Hayatei.
I mean, we were saying...
Oh my god! This is huge! You gotta break away from that.
Of course.
But you don't want to get rid of all of your defensive meter in the corner against Jacqui? That's the scariest possible option.
Goes for the stomp, throw escape, the saving grace, but is it enough? Catches the combo, down one!
Oh my goodness, HappyPow!
Oh no, the clinch. If he clinches him one more time, this might even be over.
He hasn't had the suplex yet.
I mean, he doesn't even need it at this
exactly.
point.
Doesn't even need to worry about that no more. He's just got that less than 30% left to take away. But don't count him out. Hayatei.
Oh no, he catches him!
No, we might have to. Is that enough? That's the end! And that's it! HappyPow is gonna do it! And Hayatei, who we were talking about early on being a favorite to perhaps, take out Sonic Fox earlier on, he has such a good showing. HappyPow is gonna be the one.
We need to have subtitles there that just says pops off in French.
Undoubtedly he did. Wow.
Hayatei is gonna be, no doubt, very disappointed about that. They guessed right on the mix-up there with a handshake or fist bump. So many people fall victim to that.
Hey man, you ain't gonna win a game that with reads like that and then mess up the handshake. Come on now.
That was HappyPow playing that matchup. I mean, no pun intended, flawlessly. The little details, like the standing one to catch the dive, the drop kick, the insane pressure.
Yes,
like
just ridiculous.
HappyPow's Jacqui pressure is
he's coming.
So scary, man. Well done, Happy.
Oh
well
my
done.
god, that's so.
I gotta say that was an upset. I think that was an upset. I really thought Hayatei would take it.
I always find it weird using the term upset in an event like this, where everyone here is good, and that's kind of why everyone here is playing, right? So can there really exist upsets? But Hayatei, considering earlier on Sonic Fox said, that Hayatei is one of the people that he was actually afraid of in the bracket in terms of people that might be able to beat him in tournament.
Right.
And obviously Hayatei's success and his ability to play and get far in things just like, obviously, the Summit of Time. And HappyPow again, we've seen HappyPow a lot, but HappyPow we're not quite as used to seeing him at the absolute tippy top of competition, right? He's he's always up there and he's always competing. And obviously he has some proper top level scalps, you know, under his belt. But see, there's the flag. I think that was like my favorite moment of the whole thing. But I mean, long story short, I'm just super proud of HappyPow.
But Hayatei,
what a start.
He's one of the best Netherrealm players in the world for a reason. He was invited here for a reason because of just a now long history of being a top-level Netherrealm player, Mortal Kombat X and Justice 2, and no doubt MK11. Keep your eyes on the guy, you know, PG Hayatei. We'll be seeing more of him.
He's in a really good mood.
I would.
He's like skipping.
He's floating.
He's frolicking through the venue.
He's like literally lighter. Like he's having trouble staying on the floor.
All the pressure lifted from his shoulders, so he's literally like, oh, I'm full of helium now.
But
he's still
away. He still has a tournament to play in. Remember, this was still losers bracket, so
does.
there is a lot to play for. And he's now just one step closer.
I want to talk about the difference in his play between even him versus like Tyrant. Honestly, him for the rest of the weekend up until now. Like the beginning of that set HappyPow and end of that set HappyPow, the difference is insane. Like he was at the beginning, you were talking about his match drops, you know, or his combo drops, and it was like very much a huge part of like why he lost that first game, why he started being really close in the second one, but then he dropped almost nothing in that last game. I mean, he got that full corner conversion. He got every little thing that he needed, and he had every opportunity there to like drop it and then like get, you know, just tilted and everything could have happened. But he played perfectly. He was at 100%, and that wasn't just like, oh wow, he managed to beat Hayatei. It was like I love Hayatei absolutely, but like he very, very confidently beat Hayatei.
I have not seen Hayatei lose that convincingly in a fair while. I actually say his set against Fox looked closer.
It was definitely closer against Sonic Fox.
But the thing about HappyPow, which we always say, and we're not just saying this because we're EU boys, I genuinely promise.
I know none of you will believe us.
You won't believe us, but we've just seen so much of HappyPow and a lot more of HappyPow than maybe a lot of you guys might have seen. All throughout Injustice 2, the reason he made it into finals at the end of the year last year was because he had some really miracle sets, and they were through composure alone. Like that composure that we just saw when he fought Hayatei just now, he did that multiple times throughout last year, which allowed him to really take some top-level players. Like, again, we want to get a quick history lesson, Combo Breaker last year, where he reversed 3-0 the likes of Scar, Samij, like players that
top level players,
the best in the business, and HappyPow was right up